Shalom.
Hope everybody had a good week this week. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High for another Sabbath day. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So we just gonna jump right into it, man. The name of this class is Proclaim Liberty to the Captives. Proclaim liberty to the captives. Because you know they're getting ready to do this 4th of July, this 4th of Tell a Lie that's coming up. So we just got to remind our people, man, just like when all these unholy days come around, that we supposed to abstain from them. You know it's fun to go get you some fireworks. It ain't fun to me, but it's fun to some people get some fireworks and pop them all day and all night long. Spend all this money. Well, it's not our Independence Day. It's not our freedom that we got on the 4th of July. Understand me? You had our people just worshiping Juneteenth, right?
That's right.
That's finding out 2 years after everybody else got freed that you was free. That show you how our time schedule goes. We was 2 years late down here in Texas for finding out that we supposed to be free. And we celebrating that thing, man. And then we turn around and we celebrating the 4th of July, which has nothing to do with us, man. The Most High is the one that's going to give us our independence and our liberty.
That's right.
That's the one that's going to do it for us. Not this country. This country is the one that took us captive. You know what I'm saying? This country is the one that got us held captive. Why would we celebrate Independence Day with the country that has us held captive right now when we don't have independence? They fought for independence so they can be an individual country from their own brother. We are a whole nation of people that's up under another people. And we do not have independence because we don't have land, we don't have a military, we don't have any financial might. So what is we over here popping firecrackers with the oppressor for? That don't make no sense. And I'm touching on this. We know that our people are in ignorance, but these classes I'm going to be doing is going to be talking to the Israelites, because when we read the Bible is talking about Israelites who knew they were Israelites that was going against God's laws. Understand me? They knew the law. If they didn't know the law, they would have been considered a Gentile and had to get taught the law. But these were Israelites who constantly rebelled against the Most High. So I'm going to be talking to the Israelites again, because we doing the same thing. Like we touched on it during Mother's Day, the Mother's Day season, how Israelites posting their pictures, Happy Mother's Day. People's birthdays come up, they posting happy birthday. Like, where in the Bible does it say to do these things? Just like in 4th of July, where in the Bible does it say to do 4th of July? It doesn't say that. Give me Romans chapter 7 and verse 1. Romans chapter 7 and verse 1. Because our people got to wake up. If we're supposed to be converted and coming back to our true nationality, why would we keep going back doing the things that we was taught in this world to do? We can't bang on Christmas, Easter, and Halloween and then turn around and do 4th of July. It don't make no sense, man. Read that when you got it.
It's the book of Romans chapter 7 and verse 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law.
Who are we speaking to?
I speak to them that know the law.
That's who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to them that know the law. Because I'm talking to Israelites, because if you don't know the law, then you don't know no better. As well as all of us didn't know any better. That's why we was popping fireworks and firecrackers and stuff. But it's Israelites go out here and pop some firecrackers for the independence of America. You off, man. And we speaking to them that know the law. Read on up.
How? That the law have dominion over a man as long as he liveth.
The law has dominion over a man as long as he liveth. We need to have the law over us, because look at us as a lawless people. We need order. Anybody want to run away from the law, they out of their mind. We need order as a people. That's what we are lacking. So we need to be up under the law. We needed to be our schoolmaster, so we won't go into the things that we're not supposed to go into. Read on.
Verse 2. But the woman which had an husband.
That's all I want on that out. Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 58. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 58. So we talking to the ones that know the law. Because those are the ones that's wearing fringes, that's going saying happy birthday. Those are the ones that's wearing fringes and saying happy Mother's Day. So you think it ain't going to be some Israelites this weekend that's going to be popping fireworks and firecrackers for the independence of America? We praying for the downfall of America, not the uplifting of America. We praying for Yahushua to come back to save us out of this place. Why would we be popping fireworks with these people, man? Read that out.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
So we talking to the ones that know the law, right? You got to be steadfast in this truth, man. Unmovable. Always abounding in the work of the Lord. You can't take time off. Well, I know, man, those fireworks, I'm going to take my children to see the fireworks. That looks beautiful. Man, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. How about abiding in these laws, statutes, and commandments? How about abiding? We got the Passover. That's our Independence Day. When the Lord brought us out of Egypt, and he said a memorial for that time, it's called the Passover. So if you want to celebrate the independence of Israel, Yasharallah, then we have our Independence Day. It's the Passover, man. It's the Passover. That's our Independence Day. All praises to the Most High.
All praise.
Praises.
Read on up.
Come. 1 Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 1. Now, concerning the collection for the saints, as I have given order to the churches of Galatia, even so do ye.
That's all I want on that. That's all I want. So we got to stay abounding in his work. We can't take no time off. You know what I'm saying? We got to continuously represent the Most High. If somebody see you in your fringes, and you over here doing pagan holidays, how this going to make the Most High look? How this going to make the nation of Israel look? Like seriously, people is doing these things, it's like they want to be seen. Like nobody would never know what you're doing if you don't go post it on Facebook. You don't go post it on social media. It's like they want to be seen, like Israel can't help themselves but to be disobedient to the Most High. And the moment somebody say something to them to reprove them, they're going to get an attitude. But brother, sister, y'all the one put it on social media for everybody to see. So it's a brother or sister duty to correct you on that thing and let you know you're not supposed to be doing it. Because it makes the whole nation of Israel look bad. See, what our people fail to realize, when one of us mess up, it mess up for all of us. Because all of us have to be keeping the law, such remember. All of us have to be representing the Most High. You can't break off and say, oh, well, that's them, this me, I'm doing me. It don't work like that. It's the nation of Israel. It's not the nation of individual, it's the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Give me 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 10. Huh? Read it when you got it. Somebody that stole the 2 Thessalonians. Quick on the sword. Quick on the sword, all right? No.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved.
Now, there's brothers and sisters out here that's doing these things because they don't know the truth. And that's understandable. That's all they know. They've been doing 4th of July all their life. But as an Israelite man or woman, we know better. See, it say with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth. Well, we receive the love of the truth. That's the difference between us and our counterparts, our brothers and sisters. We have received the love of the truth to come back to the Most High in the way that he told us to. So we don't have no excuses. Read on out.
Verse 11. And for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie.
That they should what?
Believe a lie.
So a lot of our people got this strong delusion on them that they believe in a lie. Like our people believe in Christmas. You try to talk to them about it. Well, this is what I've been doing all my life. This is all I know. They believe a lie. You can give them the truth and they do not want to listen to it. You can show them in the Bible that Christ is a so-called black man and they don't want to hear it. They'd rather believe the lie. Creflo Dollar himself, Killer Mike, got a show on Netflix that he interviewed Creflo Dollar. And he said, Christ is a black man. Why you ain't teaching the people that? And Creflo Dollar said they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that Christ is a black man. Black people don't want to hear that Christ is a so-called black man. They want to hear that he all colors or color don't matter, because that's a reflection on the slave master to them. That's why they run and go do 4th of July. That's a reflection of the slave master. What Malcolm X say? Our house burning boss. That's how they feel about America. It's our independence. If it's the white man's independence, then it's their independence. If the white man is going to war, then it's their war. If Russia is messing with America, then they feel like Russia is messing with them. That is a straight up slave mentality, man. What's the name of that dude Samuel played in Django? I don't remember his name, but he played that role too good. He played it too good. But that's what a lot of our people mind state is at. You'll be amazed. A lot of you people think they free. A lot of them think they independent thinking. They're not. You just continuing on the same slave mentality that your grandmother had, that your grandfather had. And it's crazy because I watched a documentary called The Cotton Picking Truth. And it was showing people that was literally still in slavery in 2009 in Mississippi, in isolated plantations, because they've been living there their whole life. Their mothers was living there, their grandmothers was living there. All the way through Emancipation Proclamation, all the way through the rebuilding of America in the South, all the way through the migration of the blacks to the North, they still was in Mississippi in slavery to this day. And they don't know no better. But listening to them and seeing them, it ain't much difference between the people that's running around here supposed to be free. When you talk to them, because they're going to have the same mentality as those people that's on the plantation. But the Most High gave us the ability to break that thing, man. Read that out.
Verse 12. It says that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
What they have pleasure in?
But had pleasure in unrighteousness.
Because the problem is, these people are going to do 4th of July, but they won't go do the Passover or the Feast of Unleavened. They'll do Easter. They go get an Easter soup, some Easter eggs and all that, but they won't do nothing that the Lord told them to do. They'll put a Christmas tree up. They'll do everything that the Lord said not to do, but they won't do nothing that the Lord said to do. And that's the problem. Because when you confront them with it, you know it is Israelites. Because anything that we say about the law, they pull away the shoulder or they stop the ears. They don't want to hear it. That's how we know who the Israelites are. We had a perfect example last night. We had an East Indian dude who tried to cleave so hard, he wanted to be black, Cherokee, whatever he can be. He even settled with being a servant. We can, like the scripture say in Ezekiel 3, if we came to a people of a hard speech and a hard language, they'll hearken unto us. And he did. But our people will not hearken, because they won't hearken to the Most High God. And that's the crazy part about it. We run around here, homegrown slaves, homeborn slaves, and don't want to listen to nobody. What that brother say yesterday with the dreads? Yeah, we was already over here. We ain't come on no boats. If that's the case, where the boats at? brother, they were wooden ships. What are you talking about?
Right.
That was 150 years ago. What are you talking about? That's like saying, where are all the wooden ships that they fought the wars with that had the cannons on it? Come on, man. Our people be simple, man. That's why the Lord said, how long ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? Fools hate knowledge, and scorners delight in they scorn. That's all the brother was doing. We trying to give you knowledge. If they got so much knowledge, how come they wait till the Israelites come on the block before they want to start kicking their knowledge? They be out there all day and all night. Got the corner to themselves. But they don't got no knowledge until the Israelites hit the block. Now you want to try to tell us who we are. We trying to tell you who you are. But you don't kick it off until we can gather all our stuff and our Bibles and our brothers and come downtown and do it. Come on, man. That is our people. If we told the Edomites, the Moabites, the Israelites that you can come with us and cleave, they will do it. They only won't do it because we tell them no. But if we say it's for everybody, everybody gonna be there. But we tell you it's an exclusive club for you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Oh, no, brother, I'm good. You good. You good being with everybody else that don't care about you. Boy, that's something. Read on, huh?
Verse 13, it says, but we are bound to give thanks always to Yahweh for you.
What are we supposed to do?
But we are bound to give thanks always to Yahweh for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord, because God had from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the spirit and belief of the truth.
And what?
Of the spirit and belief of the truth.
And belief of the truth. You cannot be in this truth saying you believe the truth and then turn around and do something that's absolutely forbidden by the Lord. It can't work like that. That's why I'm putting this warning out now for the Israelites that's going to be popping them firecrackers. Putting their ribs on the grill. Backslide. Hey, I don't know. Some of these Israelites, I don't know. They might make up a reason why they can eat pork. They done made up a reason for everything else.
Just pray over it.
You got Christian lights, man. I don't know. Read on out.
Verse 14, it says, whereunto he called you by our gospel to the obtaining of the glory of our Lord Hamashiach Yahushua.
So it say, whereunto he called you by our gospel. Why would I turn away from that? Why would the Most High wake me up, bring me to his truth, and then I want to turn away from it? Remember, he said we got to endure long suffering, man. That means every day we got to go through something. We get tired. We all get tired. But we got to get back up and keep on pushing. But this is the thing I don't understand. How you get tired and then go back to the world and do worldly things? Like they get tired of doing the truth like it's such a burden, but then you go back and do worldly things. That don't make sense. Because it's only one or two things you can do. It's truth or the word. You get tired of the truth because it's structure, it's order, it's discipline. You know what I'm saying? You got to discipline your spirit. You got to stay in order. You got to love your brothers as you love yourself. It's work. And a lot of our people don't like that work, man. Read on up.
Verse 15. Therefore, brethren, stand fast and hold the traditions which ye have been taught, whether by word or our epistle. Now, our
right
Lord,
there. It said, hold the traditions which ye have been taught, whether by word of epistle. That means whatever we've been taught in this truth, we need to hold on to it. That's the whole reason why he told us to be converted. That's the whole reason why he told us to bethink ourselves, so we can be re-taught, so we can be relearned. And these things that we relearn in this truth, according to the Most High God, we hold on to these traditions. Don't go to the traditions of men. That's not going to profit us anything. That's why you say the flesh profited nothing. It's the spirit that quit. This is the spirit doing the will of the Father. Read on up.
Verse 16. Now our Lord, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, himself, and God, even our Father, which hath loved us, and hath given us everlasting consolation and good hope through grace, comfort your hearts, and establish you in every good word and work.
So we don't want to mess up that good hope that we got through grace, man. That grace was to cover us until we got back in the fold. And now that we back in the fold, we are held accountable for our own actions. It's just like a child. If the child don't know, how can the child get held for them actions? That's why they hold the parent accountable. But when you become of age, then you are held responsible for your own self. That's us. You're a child until you come into this truth. That's why you got to be reborn. Being reborn is being baptized in His Word and being converting your soul and putting on a new man. That's the being reborn. Killing off that old man, converting your soul, and coming to be a man of the Lord. That's being reborn. Give me the book of Mark, chapter 7 and verse 16. So don't be reborn and then go back to the same ways that got us in this situation. Envying the oppressor. That's all it boils down to. Envying the oppressor.
The book of St. Mark, chapter 7 and verse 16. It says, if any man have ears to hear, let him hear. And when he was entered into the house of the people, his disciples asked him concerning the parable. And he said unto them, are ye so without understanding also? Do ye not perceive that whatsoever thing from without entereth into the man, it cannot defile him? It's like it cannot defile him, because it entereth not into his heart, but into the belly, and goeth out into the drought, purging all meats. And he said, that which cometh out the man, that defileth the man. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts.
Proceed what?
Evil thoughts. Adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
So that's why they taught us the traditions of men to defile us. It ain't the food that you eat that defile you. It's the things that you have learned. That's why from a child, they teach you to do certain things. From a child, they teaching you Thanksgiving. But they teaching you their Thanksgiving. From a child, they're teaching you Christmas. In school, I thought it was supposed to be a separation between church and state. But they sure can give you holidays off. They sure can do these things in school. Easter, Christmas, Halloween, all these pagan holidays. But it's supposed to be a separation of church and state. Because it's not a separation of church and state. Because Satan is in the government, in their church, in their school, and all throughout this country. So from a child, they teach you the traditions of men to defile us. They teaching you paganism and say that Halloween, that's for the children to get candy. Christmas is for the children to get presents. It's all wrapped around the children to defile you, to defile your children so you can make them go through the fire of Malak. That's what it's all about. So you have to take off those traditions of men. And 4th of July is part of those traditions of men. Because those are the things that defile us. Not the things that we put into our bodies. That's what Christ was talking about. But the things that we put into our minds, our hearts, our spirit. So if a brother sitting up here talking about he's for Donald Trump, MAGA, make America great again, what's in that brother's heart? Because it sure ain't nothing going towards the Most High. That's going towards the oppressor. That's who he's looking towards. We're supposed to be looking towards the Father, but he's going to look towards his oppressor because that's how he's been taught in this society. So all praise is due to the Most High that he brought forth this phenomenon called the truth so he can start pulling his people up out of Babylon.
That's right.
That's why he say, come up out of her, my people. Because the sins have filled up the cup, man. That's why he had put all this stretch forth his arms to bring us out of this darkness. Now give me Proverbs 3:31. Read it when you got it.
Con, this is the words of wisdom from the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. It reads, envy thou not the oppressor.
What did the Lord say?
Envy thou not the oppressor. And choose none of his ways.
And choose none of his ways. Envy thou not the oppressor. When we was in slavery, we use the same analogy. When we was in slavery, in our slave shacks, on the plantation, we seen massa shooting off fireworks. We seen massa making us barbecue for them and cook for their Independence Day. We did not have independence. They had independence. So we sitting envying them, and when we got free, we started doing as they did. Because we started claiming America as ours. I have seen many black folks claim America as theirs, but this country has never loved us. You can go fight in all the world wars. You can fight in North Korea. You can fight in Vietnam. You can fight in Iraq. And these people still will not love you. Because they done proved it time and time again. When the brothers left from World War I, they got treated better in Europe than they did when they came home. World War II, they got treated better in Europe than when they came home. Vietnam, they got treated better with the Viet Congs than when they came home. Iraq, Afghanistan, they don't care about us. So we're not fighting for our independence when we're helping them fight for theirs. When we go fight in their wars, we're not fighting for democracy, freedom, and liberty for all. You just a body for them. They don't care about us. They put us on the front line to be killed off first. So what kind of independence is that for us? I was in the military. They don't care about us. Most of us go in there because we ain't got nothing else to do. We try not to go to jail. We trying to get a little check. We trying to get off the streets. That's what they depending on. They depending on us doing bad so we can run terror. We either gonna run to the prison house where we can be slaves again, or we gonna run to the military where we can be slaves again. Because I'm telling you, they treat you like slaves up in there too. If you got on a khaki uniform, you're an officer, you better than the ones with the blues on. It's just like slavery too, man. Give me John chapter 8, verse 32. So we want to talk about liberty and independence, and we got to go to our source for that. Like right now, we're liberated right now as Israelites. The fact that we know that we are Israelites, the fact that we know that what our nationality is, what our heritage is, we are liberated, more liberated than the rest of our folks. Because if you saying you're a Christian, you a more conscious community, or any of this garbage, Muslim, you are not liberated, man. You just in one of the traps that they set for us. Read that when you got it.
It's the book of St. John, chapter 8 and verse 32. And it reads, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
What did the Lord say?
And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Read on now.
Verse 33. They answered him, we be Abraham's seed, and were never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou, ye shall be made free?
So Christ is talking to some Edomites that never went into slavery. Just like a lot of you people don't know nothing about no slavery. They cannot understand this Bible. That's why Christ said in verse 31, if ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And they couldn't comprehend that. Because if you having never been in mental bondage or physical bondage, then what do you need to be freed from? But if you've been mentally bondage and you've been physically in bondage, then you gonna know you've been in bondage. If you ever been in jail, You know you've been to jail. If somebody ain't never been there, they can't even begin to tell you. But if somebody went to jail, been in penitentiary, been apprehended against their will, it's a certain feeling that come with that. So us, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we got that feeling hanging over us every single day. So when Christ say you don't know the truth, and the truth don't make you free, he talking to a certain select of people. And he talking to a people that's mentally in bondage. Give me Psalms 119 and 142, huh? Read it where you got.
The book of Psalms, the Psalms of David, chapter 119 and verse 142. It reads thus and so. It says, thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law,
And thy what?
And thy law is the truth.
Is the truth. So he said, ye should know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. What's the truth? It's God's laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Give me Baruch 4:1, huh? The laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High is what's going to make us free. And all of us in here can contest to that because it made us mentally free, because within those laws, statutes, and commandments lie the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit. And what did the Lord say that it was? The Comforter? That it would bring remembrance of all things?
That's right.
That's what it does.
That's right.
That's what made us free. Because by bringing back remembrance of all things, we remember who we were. We remember what our purpose is again. We remember why we're here. We're no longer walking around as niggas, Negroes, colored, blacks, Mexicans, Spicks, or whatever byword they put on us, not knowing what we're here for. We know what our purpose is. We know the conclusion of the whole matter now.
Right.
So therefore, it made us free. It made us liberated. Read.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law.
And the what?
And the law that endure forever.
For how long?
Forever.
So this law, that's the truth, it's going to endure forever because it has to. Because as long as we keep breaking God's laws, he got to leave us a way to get back for that remedy that's going to come back to him. So that law is going to always be there. So those people saying the law is done away with want to cut us off from being able to get back to our God. They want to cut us off from being able to be free. That's why they say the law is done away with. Because the law gonna make you free. Do they want us free? No. The world don't want us free. The Illuminati don't want us free. The Catholic Church don't want us free. The pastors who want your money don't want you free. The politicians don't want you free. So they gonna say that God's law is done away with. But God said his law endure forever. Read on out.
All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
See, they know that. If you keep God's laws, you're going to come to life. Because you're going to be a whole new person. You're going to be that Israelite that he meant you to be. You're going to be free. You're no longer a nigga, a thug, or a pimp, a hustle, whatever you want to call yourself. You are a free man. You are an Israelite, a servant of the Lord. That's what it does for us. Read on up.
Reading on. It says, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it.
He's telling us to take hold of it. But what did the devil say? You can't take hold of it because it's done away with. He don't want us free. He want to keep us in bondage. He want to keep us in mental bondage.
Right.
Read on.
Walk in the presence of the light thereof.
The Lord is telling us to walk in the presence of the light thereof. That light comes from the commandments. It comes from the law. Read.
Reading on. It says that thou mayest be illuminated.
That we may be what?
Illuminated.
Because if we be illuminated, we can let our light shine. Remember Christ said, let your light therefore shine? We got to let our light shine. Because if you illuminated, people can see your light.
Right.
He illuminated, people can see the light. And you know what that means? That might well be the Underground Railroad. Because it's leading the people to freedom. When they see these fringes, they see the light.
Right.
That's the way to freedom, brother. Sister, that's the way to freedom. You want to get out of mental bondage out of this place, follow the fringes, follow the light. Just like we followed Christ, he came into the valley of the shadow of death to be a light. That's what he was for us. Now we got to be a light for our people to help them get out that mental and spiritual bondage. Freedom.
Verse 3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
Give not thine honor to another. Why are we going to be celebrating any of these wicked holidays? 4th of July. He said, give not thine honor to another, or anything that's profitable to us, to a strange nation. We are amongst a strange nation. If you want to celebrate something, celebrate the Passover, Feast of Unleavened, the first fruits, the tabernacle, the dedication, the new moons, the memorial blowing of the trumpets. You got so much stuff that you can celebrate as an Israelite. Why would you wait all year just to get to those days? Because you ain't been free if you do that. Read on out.
Come on. Reading on. It says, verse 4. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us.
That's big, man. How many people can say that things that are pleasing to the Most High God is made known to them? He's telling us, if you want to please me, I'm telling you how to please me. It's made known unto us, so we have no excuses. He done freed us out of mental and physical and spiritual bondage. He done gave us our mission. He done told us who to follow, who our leader is. So if you go off course, you just trip. Because you go to the left or to the right, you're going to fall into the water or to the fire. That's just foolishness. Don't make any sense. The Most High God, just like he gave the blueprints to Noah on how to build an ark, just like he gave the blueprints to Moses on how to build a tabernacle, he gave us the blueprint on how to get into the kingdom.
That's right.
The blueprint on how to get into the kingdom. All right, give me Galatians 5:1. Galatians 5:1.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5 and verse 1. It reads, stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage.
If Christ had made us free, why would we go back and be entangled again with the yokes of bondage? That's what we got out of it for. That's why I said I'm talking to the Israelites that know the law. If the Most High sent his Son and he made us free through this truth, through the law, through the word, then why would you go back and get entangled in the yoke of bondage? Don't do it, man. You're giving warning to our people. You give warning to those who know better. You know what I'm saying? We giving warning to the Israelites. Stop doing these pagan ways, man. That's what got us in trouble in the first place. Stop sneaking, putting little things on Facebook like people can't see it. Because you know they can see it because you're doing it on purpose. Stop doing it, man. Stop doing the paganism. Because it ain't even undercover paganism. It's blatant paganism. Give me James chapter 1 and verse 25. Let's not throw back everything that the Most High sent Yahweh to do for us. Let's not throw it back at him. Let's uphold this truth. We want to celebrate. It's a celebration every single month for us.
Right.
Called the new moon.
Right.
If you want to celebrate that bad, then you got a new moon coming up every month. You know what I'm saying? The Most High ordained those things. Read that when you got it.
It's the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 25. It reads, but whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty.
The what?
The perfect law of liberty.
That's why he said, you should know the truth and the truth shall make you free. And the truth is the law. Because it's the perfect law of liberty. It's the perfect law that's going to free us. That's why I say the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. For you to be free You have to convert your soul from that old man to the new man. You got to put it off. That's how you take the shackles off. Read that again, huh?
Come, the book of James chapter 1 and verse 25 from the top. But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer.
Read that part again.
He being not a forgetful hearer.
Don't forget that we're not supposed to be doing birthdays when you feel like it.
Right.
Don't be a forgetful hearer. Just because it's your wife's birthday, don't trim down ways for love.
Right.
Because it's your mama's birthday, don't trim your ways for love. Don't be a forgetful hearer.
Right.
Remember the things that we learned in this truth. Because you got people who learn something in this truth, and then when they don't like it, they think that they can go rewrite the book.
Right.
They think that they can rewrite the playbook because they feel like it. Nope, it don't work like that. Well, I don't see nothing wrong with doing Mother's Day. Well, the Lord does. Because if you know the origins of these things. Read on.
Come. But a doer of the work.
A what?
But a doer of the work. This man shall be blessed in his deed.
You think you're going to be blessing your deeds if you go against the Most High? Or you going to be blessing your deeds by being obedient to the Most High? It's not hard. A 6-year-old child will get the hang of this because they doing it. It's hard-hit adults who the problem. When we came into the wilderness out of Israel, it didn't say nothing about little children. Well, they called us children, but these were grown folks who went against the Most High after seeing the Red Sea get parted. This was the Israelites who seen the Most High do miracles in Egypt, and they went against the Most High. So that show you the level of disobedience we dealing with, man. And we in Egypt again. And if you think that when the Lord come bring us Israelites, we are the Israelites. We gonna watch Yahushua do what he do, and he gonna take us into the wilderness, and there's still gonna be some people murmuring and complaining. They gonna murmur and complain. Because one thing about the Israelites, what did the Lord call Israel? He likened it to a delicate and comely woman.
Yep.
So gonna be complaining like a mother. The whole nation of Israel, like a delicate and comely woman that's complaining about everything. Never satisfied. Israel never satisfied. That's why it makes us ungrateful. The Lord laid everything out for us, and it still wasn't good enough. He set up the leadership. Oh, we wanna pick our king. That wasn't good enough what the Most High did. Anything he said for him, tell us not to do, we still want to do it. And that's why we in the situation we in today. Because we ungrateful as a nation. Complain, backbite, murmur. So the Lord said, oh, since that wasn't good enough what I did for you, I gave you a heritage, then I'm going to take it back.
That's right.
That's why we sit up here as a nationalist people right now.
Right.
And this brother want to talk about we didn't go into slavery on slave ships. All you got to do is when you acting like a nigga, you can't see it. Detach yourself from our people.
Right.
Step back and just pay attention to us. And you will clearly see the Willie Lynch on us.
Right.
You will clearly see that we have been enslaved and that we are still in the slave mentality. So saying we ain't come on slave ship, so they put up a big hoax about us going into slavery. Why would they have to do that?
Right.
Why you gotta fake us going into slavery? How did they get over here? How did the white man get over here to the Native Americans? In ships, right? So why would they have to fake bringing us over here in ships? Well, our people is silly, man. They silly. But they want to go against, the brother was going against the Bible. He going against our God. And that's the type of people that got us in this situation. So we got to scratch and claw our way about this thing, man. I got some more on that. Give me 1 Esdras chapter 4 and verse 62 out. First Esdras chapter 4 and verse 62.
It's the book of 1 Esdras, chapter 4, and verse 62. It reads thus and so, it says, and They praised the God of their fathers, because he had given them freedom and liberty.
He had did what?
Given them freedom and liberty.
So the Most High is the one that gives us liberty and freedom. He's the one that made the oppressor go into a civil war to take the bondage, the yoke off our neck. He did that. The same way he sent them against us, he made them fight each other to take the yoke from off our neck. He's the one that can send somebody to take that mental yoke off our brain. A lot of people talk about how somebody came and brought them to the truth, and then they fell out the truth. The Most High do that. He'll bring somebody specifically to you to bring you into the truth, and then them other people will go off. But it was meant for you to come into this truth, so you cannot take that thing lightly. When you know people, too many people have said that. And that brother who brought me into the truth, I'm in the truth, but that brother that fell out. That brother that went reprobate. Then you got to think about that thing. The Most High used them to bring me into the truth, and then they went reprobate. That's crazy, man. That show you how much of a blessing it is to be able to serve the Most High, because he will discard you at his will. He don't need none of us. We ain't nothing but filthy rags in all our righteousness to the Most High. So it's up to us to prove to him that we are worthy. You know what I'm saying? It's up to us to prove to him that we are worthy, so he can give us that freedom and that liberty. Give me Luke chapter 4 and verse 18. Because we are the ones that need liberty and freedom, so he's using us to go wake up our people to do it. The same way Christ came and did it back in the day and raised up the disciples and raised up Paul, he ordained us to do it today. Read that when you got it.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 4, and verse 18.
Start at 17.
Verse 17. And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written, The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord.
So this is the exact same thing that Christ is doing. He pulled up where Isaiah prophesied about Christ coming to do that. This was him fulfilling that prophecy right here. That's why he went to the book. And he read that because it was talking about him. He proclaiming liberty to the bruised, deliverance to the captives. Only the captives need to be saved. Only the captives need liberty. Only the captives need freedom. So that's how we gonna get ours. We gotta go through Yahweh to get to the Most High, so that we can be delivered, freed, and saved out of all oppression, man. That's why he was sent to proclaim liberty to the captives, and he has sent us to proclaim liberty to the captives. So literally, we running around just like back in the day, after the Civil War, going all to these Israelites who late. This truth been going out. We've been free, and we gotta go tell the other Israelites, y'all free. And then just like Harriet Tubman, we could have freed most slaves if they knew they were slaves. If they would just admit that they are a slave, you can be free. But you got slaves that don't want to admit that they slaves. Ah, brother, I'm a Mormon. Ah, brother, I'm a Muslim. Brother, you are a slave, brother.
Asiatic black man.
I'm an Asiatic black man. I'm the original man. All these different types. Brother, what's your nationality? See, you ain't free. A free man can tell you who he is and where he's from.
That's right.
A slave can't. A slave can only tell you who they master is. Oh yeah, my family the Jacksons. No, your slave master family name is the Jacksons. You not the Jacksons. You just the property of the Jacksons. See, that's a slave mentality. And like they uplift in the 4th of July, they uplift those slave masters' names. When they have a family reunion for the Lewises, the Jacksons, the Joneses, the most common names for black people. Black people that took over the Joneses, the Jacksons, and all that over the white people. It's more black Jacksons than it is white Jacksons. Because we uplift that name. I'm not uplifting no slave master name. We named after the Most High God. I'm uplifting that. We Kwame Yasharalin around here, man. We gonna uplift the Most High's holy days. We gonna uplift the Most High's name. We ain't finna uplift this country. We want this country to be torn down. Give me Revelations 18:4, huh? It's gonna be my last one. Revelations 18:4. Comment scripture.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4. And it reads, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she had filled, filled to her double."
So why would we be glorifying a place that the Most High gonna put on double of what they did to us?
Right.
And the things that they did to us were horrific. And the Most High said, reward unto her double. He telling you, literally giving us warning, come out of her, my people. It's not gonna go good. And as you see the atmosphere, the climate of the world stage, how it's coming together, exactly how the Most High said it was gonna come together. All the players doing exactly what the Most High said that they were gonna do. We watch them. So why would I in turn disrespect the Most High God who has given us this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, who has given us grace, who has given us a chance of salvation, who has showed us the path of righteousness? Why would I go against him for anything? It ain't a firework, a cake, a turkey, or nothing worth going against the Most High God for everything that he has done for us. So this is just a public service announcement to those who know the law. Stop popping fireworks. Stop blowing out birthday cakes. Stop it, stop it, stop it. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna end this. Give me Proverbs 3:31 again. Proverbs chapter 3.
31. God, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
What did the Lord say?
Envy thou not the oppressor.
What did the Lord say?
Envy thou not the oppressor.
I know it may look good to the eye, but what we got to do is way better than anything that they're doing in America, man. What we have, the Feast of Tabernacle is way better than any Christmas day.
Right.
The Feast of Dedication is way better than any New Year's Day. It ain't New Year's is off anyway.
Right.
Anything the Most High God has ordained is 100 times better than anything that man has ordained.
That's right.
Read on.
And choose none of his ways.
And choose, how many of his ways?
None of his ways.
Some of them.
None of his ways.
I can pick Easter.
None of his ways.
4th of July is just, I'm with the family.
None of his
He
ways.
said choose none of his ways. You only want to give the semblance that you're doing. Like brothers are being slick. What was that, Father's Day?
Yeah.
All of a sudden now everybody taking pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brother, you celebrating Father's Day, ain't you, brother?
Right.
You should have taken a picture last week.
Right.
Our people think they slick, boy. But the Lord said choose none of his ways. Israel, go ahead, Al.
This is precept for that. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 9 and verse 11. It says, envy not the glory of a sinner, but thou knowest not what shall be his end.
Man, read that again.
Envy not the glory of a sinner.
They look like they having fun.
Right.
They look so great. I want to do it too. But what did the Lord say?
For thou knowest not what shall be his
We
end.
do not know what's going to be the end of the people that's going against the Most High God. But we do know this. He said, give unto them reward to them double as they did unto you. So I don't want to have nothing to do with that. So if you smart Israel, do what the Most High God said.
Right.
And with that, we say Shabbat Shalom, Kal Nahal Yahweh, Bahashim, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, in the name of his holy son. Hallelujah.
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 Like, oh, stop.